Charlotte is growing like crazy, but the biggest opportunities in 2026 aren't always in the suburb neighborhood that everyone is talking about. They are happening in 6 suburbs around Charlotte where you are seeing brand new construction, master plan communities, major road expansion, and a lot of commercial development. Even home prices in some of these suburbs are still affordable, making it easier to get in before everybody know the next wave hits. Now, you would want to stay tuned the end because suburb number 6, hands down, the best suburb. And we have considered as a family, my wife and I, we drove to this numerous town possible looking to move to this town. So you want to stay tuned till number 6 because it is my favorite. What's up, family? My name is Daniel Kumo. I am a local realtor with Keller Williams Realty here in Charlotte. So if you are relocating to Charlotte, hit subscribe button because I drop weekly video about what to leave, what to avoid, what are the real value here in Charlotte. And also, I'm on this campaign where I want to help 100 African Caribbean immigrant family in 2026 with homeownership. So if you know of anybody looking to make a move, looking to buy a home in 2026 that are just like me, an immigrant, wanted to learn the process, give me a call, 704-904-5152. Now, let's go back to the video and talk about the 6 suburb that you would want to keep your eyes on for 2026, or you would want to consider add on your list if you want planning on making a move in 2026. Coming on number 1 on the list, the town of Kannapolis. Kannapolis is one of those biggest glow up stories around Charlotte. Okay, a lot of people still have an old idea of this town, but this town is changing very fast. Okay, it is still one of those places where buyer can find home for their money compared to some of those zip code around Charlotte. First, let's talk about why people are even moving to Kannapolis in the first place. Simple answer: affordability. Compared to Charlotte, Huntersville, even Concord, Kannapolis still offer more houses for your money. Especially when it comes to new construction home or you wanted something with good size lot, Kannapolis, hands down, in my opinion, the best town to consider. For a lot of buyers, this is the difference between getting a townhome in Charlotte versus a single family home with a good size in Kannapolis. Number 2 reason why people are choosing Kannapolis is the location. Okay, you are literally 40 minutes from uptown Charlotte. Kannapolis is sandwiched, in my opinion, between Concord, Huntersville, Lake Norman area. And best of it all is right off I-85. So for a family that commute or invest, it is a very strategic location. When it comes to growth and development, the biggest game changer happened when Kannapolis downtown they completely transformed the old mill area. Now they have a brand new baseball stadium called the Atrium Health Park, new restaurant, breweries, there are a lot of nearby park. In fact, they pass a law where you can even drink beer while walking downtown Kannapolis. There are a lot of cool entertainment venue happening. This is not the Kannapolis for 10 or 15 years ago. Okay, it's a totally different downtown Kannapolis. Another huge anchor is the North Carolina Research Campus, which brings in university, medical research, biotech company, and a lot of high-paying jobs. Okay, which in return means better infrastructure, housing demand are all growing together. On top of that, you are seeing the city, they're working with a lot of developer, investor to have better master plan communities. They have a lot of new subdivision left and right. Now too, you go downtown Kannapolis, there's a lot of modern design apartment complex, a lot of new retail and shopping centers. For instance, I was driving back, visiting a friend, and right after you pass Upton Village, there's a well-known community called Kellswater Ridge. Kellswater Ridge is very well known. If you live in Charlotte or live nearby, you know Kellswater Ridge is getting a new realtor shopping center, and they're even having a Lowe's food in that shopping center. Okay, for a real estate perspective, this is exactly what you want to see when you are thinking about buying in an area before it fully matures. So Kannapolis, I'll keep it real with you, it's still growing. Okay, some area are beautiful, polished, but some areas are still transitioning. That's not a bad thing. That is opportunity. So if you're one thinking of making a move, moving into Charlotte, in fact, we just had a client gone under contract on a property in Kannapolis. Put Kannapolis on your map, you wouldn't be disappointed. Thank me later. Send me some thank you gift card or something. Okay, so that's number 1 on my list. Moving on, let's talk about number 2 on the list. Monroe. Monroe is a sleeper for 2026, okay? One of the fastest growing area in Union County, with literally new construction popping up everywhere. They're having a major road expansion and home prices that in many cases are still more affordable compared to the nearby town, Wesley Chapel, Weddington, even Indian Trail, okay? Including Charlotte. So if you are thinking about moving to the Charlotte area, but don't want to pay the Charlotte price, you need to be looking at Monroe, North Carolina. I would say Monroe is where a lot of buyers end up after they say, wait, my budget go way further out here, okay? Just like Kannapolis, number 1 reason why people are moving to Monroe is because of the affordability, okay? Compared to the nearby, as mentioned earlier, Wesley Chapel, Weddington, where median home sales price are $1 million. Even Indian Trail that used to be, Monroe still offer more houses for your money, especially when it goes to when you want a new construction with a larger lot, you wanted to have more space in between houses. Monroe is the place to consider. You are not stuck on top of your neighbor, you are not fighting traffic everywhere, and your budget stretch further, okay? Literally all major builders are building in Monroe. You have D.R. Horn, you have Smith Douglas, you have Lennar, you have Madame Home. All the major players are getting a piece of Monroe. And you should too, if you are looking to move to Charlotte. Let me be straight with you, as always. Monroe does not have the nightlife, or is not a nightlife town. Monroe is still little rural and spread out than most of the other places nearby, like Matthew, Huntersville, and all that stuff. It doesn't have a walkable downtown district, but it is slowly getting there with some of the changes happening, effort from local business owner. In my opinion, you are choosing space over the buzz, you're choosing value over prestige, and most importantly, comfort over trendiness. And for a lot of people, especially families, that's exactly what they want. Location-wise, Monroe is a little further out. I would say is located about 45 minutes from uptown Charlotte. With the new I-74, you can make it within 35 to 45 minutes. If you want something quick, you are within 20 minutes from Matthew, Waxhaw, Weddington, Wesley Chapel. Those are the nearby town that you can get to within 10-15 minutes. The expansion of Highway I-75 is a huge long-term way for commuting and also for property value. If you're one looking to move to Charlotte or looking for something that is upcoming and wanted to get in before it takes off, perhaps you may want to add Monroe on your radar if you are serious about making a move in 2026. 2 down, 4 more to go. Third on the list is Denver, North Carolina. So Denver is one of those places people don't fully understand until you drive it, okay? You like the idea of being close to Charlotte, but you don't want it to live in Charlotte. So you love the idea of being close to the water, having space, and a calmer pace of life. You definitely need to be looking at Denver, North Carolina. I know a lot of people don't talk about Denver. You want to start looking into Denver, okay? A lot of my clients don't even have Denver on their radar when we meet at first, until I would suggest, hey, have you considered Denver? Have you thought about Denver? Or until we even visit it. And once they do, the conversation change fast, okay? Today, I'm going to show you why so many people choosing Denver, what kind of lifestyle you are actually buying into living in Denver. Denver is about being close to everything and yes, still escaping everything without being isolated, okay? People move here because they want that open space. They want, instead of having a lot of congestion, they want the tree instead of the traffic. They want that quiet morning traffic commute instead of the noise of Charlotte. And the most important thing is want it to be nearby water. So you are literally on the edge of Lake Norman. You are right next door to Lake Norman, which is boating if you want boating, kayaking, lake sunset. If you have that kind of lifestyle, then perhaps Denver might be a place for you. Denver resident, they are a proud resident. That's why they keep Denver under the radar, in my personal opinion. In fact, I have a friend client that always correct me because I tell him all the time, hey, you live in Lake Norman. And he will always tell me, no, I live in Denver with pride. That's how prideful they are. Another big reason people end up in Denver, in my opinion, is what the budget actually do here compared to nearby towns such as Cornelius, Davidson, Morrisville. Those areas, you're paying for zip code, in my opinion. You're paying for comfort, space, and many buyers who are coming from Huntersville, Cornelius, or Charlotte realize that they can get larger houses, bigger yard, and sometimes even lake access for same or less money compared to buying in Cornelius or buying Davidson. Okay, this town is growing, and it is growing in a different way. For a while, this town has been quiet, but now you are seeing Denver more and more. There are a lot of new neighborhoods being added, more retail store and daily convenience coming in Denver. They are getting better roads. The infrastructure is improving. It is becoming a high demand lifestyle pocket for people who want the slow pace. They want that little bit of quiet or quality of life. So if you are one thinking about moving to Charlotte, don't know much about Denver, you want to call me. Call me 704-904-5152. I know I kind of mumble a little bit about Denver, but Denver is one of those towns you want to add on your radar if you are looking to make a move in 2026. Moving on, 3 down, 3 more to go. We're halfway there. So let's talk about number 4 on the list, Waxhaw, North Carolina. Waxhaw is for buyers who want charm, top tier community, and a storybook downtown. So if your top priority are great school, top-notch, beautiful neighborhood, then there's one place that keeps coming up again and again in every conversation with my client, Waxhaw, North Carolina. So usually people don't move to Waxhaw by accident. They move here in purpose. A lot of people who are moving to Waxhaw, living in Waxhaw, they know Waxhaw, they choose Waxhaw, and they want to be in Waxhaw with purpose. Okay, I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain what makes Waxhaw so desirable and who is really perfect for. Waxhaw, in my opinion, is not about, let's just put this out there. Waxhaw is not about being the cheapest. Okay, Waxhaw is definitely not the cheapest town. If you have a budget or you want it to be in affordable places, perhaps Waxhaw might not be a place for you. Okay, Waxhaw by all means is not cheap. Living in Waxhaw is about being in one of those towns where you buy the complete package. Okay, people choose Waxhaw because they want a stronger school district, well-kept and new neighborhood, and a place that is new, clean, feels stable, safe, and established. Okay, you have got a historic downtown, you got a lot of local shop and restaurant, a lot of community, and in Waxhaw, you have a lot of community festival as well too. Most of the neighborhood in Waxhaw actually feel like a neighborhood that are not rushed, but neighborhood that are put together with purpose. Those neighborhoods are planned, well planned, cared for, and well put. Okay, and most importantly, very family oriented. When people buy in Waxhaw, they are not just paying for square footage, they are paying for everything. School zone, neighborhood quality, long-term resale strength or investment, and a peace of mind compared to the other suburbs. Okay, yes, prices are higher, but that's because demand here in Waxhaw is consistent, not trendy at all. Let's keep it real. It is not a place to move. You have the cheapest option if you want a nightlife or if you want to be within distance from uptown. It is a little further out compared to some of the other suburbs I mentioned previously. You are choosing Waxhaw because reputation, stability over speculation, and here in Waxhaw, it is the status. If you have more questions about Waxhaw, you want to talk more about Waxhaw, give me a call. Like I said, I have my number in the description. I'll give you more information I wanted to make this video quick so that way we can go along. But yeah, there's more to talk about Waxhaw. If you have more information, if you have more questions, I can go over those for you. But let's keep it moving. Let's move on to number 5. Another town that is flying under the radar called Troutman, North Carolina. Troutman is the wild card and one of the most overlooked area right now. Okay, when most people think of Lake Norman, they think of Morrisville, Cornelius, but there is a town just a little further north that a lot of smart buyers are discovering, called Troutman, North Carolina. Okay, it is calmer, it is less expensive, and in many cases, it gives you the same lake lifestyle without paying the lake prices. Today, I'm going to show you why Troutman is showing up on more buyers' shortlists and who it actually makes sense for. Troutman, the town is not trying to compete with Morrisville or Cornelius. No. Okay. This town is offering something entirely different. A slower pace, a peace of mind. People move here because they want to be near the lake, but not necessarily on the lake. So you want to be near the lake, but not on the lake. Okay? They want newer home without paying premium price tag. They want quieter neighborhood instead of traffic and crowd. So to me, Troutman feel like Lake Norman before it got crazy. Your budget go noticeably further. Instead of paying top dollar for name or horsepower, you are buying in Troutman peace of mind, and it's still within 10-15 minutes to proximity to Lake Norman. In fact, we just had a client buy into a deer home community that is literally near the lake. During the winter season, like now where the leaves are down, you can see the lake. So the community is near the lake, but it's not on the lake. So that's what you get in Troutman. And because Morrisville is still getting crowded, Cornelius is expensive, Troutman is getting a lot of attention. Okay, we are starting to see more new subdivision happening in Troutman, new school, new infrastructures, and more shopping and services coming into Charlotte. So honestly, this is one of those areas people are going to wish they would have bought in 5 years ago. Now, as I've stated at the beginning of this video, I have saved the best for last. The best overall pick for 2026, in my opinion, Indian Land, South Carolina. This is one of my favorite recommendations. When it comes to best place to consider in 2026, Indian Land is a huge search topic and one of the most strategic relocation plays in the Charlotte region. Okay, this one here is positioned around lower taxes, top school, instant location, plus you have new home communities. This area has gone from being the middle of nowhere to one of the hottest relocation zone in the entire Charlotte metro. You ask anybody about Indian Land. And today, I'm going to discuss why so many buyers are choosing Indian Land, what kind of lifestyle you are getting, and who this move actually makes sense for. It makes sense for want to live within 15-20 minutes of uptown Charlotte. You want a newer home, you want better value, you want to pay lower tax, you don't mind crossing over the state line. You are the ideal, the perfect buyer for a perfect candidate to consider Indian Land. You need to know about Indian Land, in my opinion. This area has gone literally from nothing to something. One of the hottest relocation zones. In fact, I believe Charlotte Business Journal published Indian Land has seen a population growth for nearly 476% from 2000 to 2020. That is unheard of. That's crazy. And one of the biggest reasons people are choosing Indian Land, perhaps the property taxes are significantly low. You're in Lancaster County, and for many homeowners, that means hundreds of dollars per month in saving, or the ability to afford more houses for the same payment that you would pay in Charlotte. Okay, but the smartest buyers are moving here because of the opportunity and the investment. Let me tell you a quick secret. builder follow demand, not hope. And Indian land builder are buying massive tract of land. They are rolling out huge communities and major commercial development. In fact, they just announced the Exchange development, which is a $400 million investment, 130 plus acre project featuring retail such as Costco, Lowe's Food. They have apartment, townhome, and all kind of significant retail space. They're expecting completion around 2026. That's where I believe they're expecting completion. Was there last week? They have a Whataburger. They just opened up a new Target a couple of months ago, brand new YMCA. It's just a lot going on in Indian land. You also have a lot of future medical facilities that are looking into Indian land. Parkstone and Indian land, for instance, recently opened. Culver, they are planning for Texas Roadhouse. A lot of developers are creating integrated community with housing, shopping, and employment opportunity. I mean, major companies such as Red Venture, Continental Tire, Movement Mortgage, they're all making Indian land home. So you don't get those kind of activity unless population growth is already locked in. Some of the newest and best master plan community in the region, ton of shopping, dining, daily convenience, easy access back into Charlotte. Valentine is 5 minutes away. You have access to South Charlotte with a better bang for your buck than some of the nearby suburbs. Okay? This is one of those areas where clients move and say, oh wow, I didn't even know this existed. Now I can't imagine living anywhere else. So if you are one trying to decide between where to move in 2026, if you don't put Indian land on your list, then something is wrong. Okay, so give me a call. I hope you found this video helpful for some of the places you want to do some research on, or perhaps you wanted to start looking into if you're making a move in 2026. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any question, call me. My information is in the description. If you have any chance to subscribe, yes, subscribe. I do a weekly video and talk about different towns, different things you need to know about Charlotte. I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.